Good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ. It is Trashcraft Tuesday and I'm going to start off this video with a little bit of a shopping haul. I have a sneaking suspicion that I haven't collected together everything that I've recently got, but I don't know where everything is potentially. So we're just going to go ahead and show what I've got. Then if we've got time, we'll do a little project. So that's the plan for today. There's not a huge amount here, but I need to show it so that I then can put it away properly and move on. Mix of new and secondhand shopping. Okay, so in a recent haul, I showed you this little mini pack of old maid cards that I got. Well, in one of my latest shopping hauls, I found this large size, and I couldn't open it because it was sellotape shut, so I opened it when I got home, and the images are different and the characters are different to what's in this set, so I think that's really fun. Don't know how old they are, they're just really cute and fun. So got those, and it's a full set. It says so on the front. It says all cards present in box, full set. So I will take them at their word, because I would really have no clue as to whether it's full or not, but happy with those. This is brand new, but it's not, I didn't buy it. It was actually given to me in a box of stuff, or given to us to get rid of, and they said we could go through it before we got rid of it. And I found this brand new double notepad that was in the rubbish box. Crisco is a Christmas hamper company here in New Zealand. I don't know if it's other places, but it's here in New Zealand. So this would have been one of their freebies for a hamper order, I imagine. But it's paper, guys, and it's like brand new. So that's awesome. This was also in that box to go out, and like, it's gorgeous. It's about Mountbatten, English. Actually, was he English? No, I don't think he was English born. I haven't actually read it. And the images, a lot of black and white. This lovely Queen Victoria portrait here. There's just all sorts of wonderful black and white portraits of the royal family. And I thought they would make really great ID cards, you know, if you just took some of these characters out and made them into like faux ID cards or decoration for ephemera. Look at this wee cutie with her little push horse. So cute. But hubby said he would like to look at it, so I kind of feel like I can't cut it up until he's had a look at it, which he hasn't done yet. And to be honest, I'm not sure whether I will actually be able to either. It's not super old. 1981. So 1981. I mean, it's old, but it's not super old. It's not as old as I am, let's put it that way. This was a new purchase, which I found cost me $4. It was a bit of a random purchase. I wasn't intending on buying anything like this, but it's a dot grid journal with beautiful creamy coloured paper. I do have another dot grid journal around somewhere, and I actually really enjoy using the dot grid. The other one I've been removing pages from and using them as journal pages, but this one I saw, it's a dot grid, beautiful colour paper, and I just wanted it, so I just bought it. This, I'm sorry if there's a shadow. I've got this stack of things to my side. We are getting down, but it's probably casting a shadow, so I apologise for that, but I literally can't move it across any further. This was from the same source as the box of rubbish, but this was actually given to me that I might actually like. And I do. I love it. It's this beautiful embossed faux leather cover. It's branded with the maker on the back and the front and on the inside, but it's never been used. It's for taking notes in church or at events, you know, that sort of thing, conferences. So it's got notes, speaker, date, topic title, place event, reference, text. So again, beautiful paper, but I mean, I love the paper, but the cover, it says In Touch Note Taker's Journal. I just love the cover. So there's a good potential that I will actually just use this for journaling or note-taking or keeping track of something, because I don't really want to mess with it. I think to mess with it, I could ruin it, and I think it's just delightful. So that was given to me. This was another random purchase in our local big kind of variety store. It's called the Warehouse here in New Zealand. They had a clearance stand and they had these marked down to $2. It's a calendar. When I grabbed it, I thought it was just this year's, but it's actually this year's and next year's. And I was like, wow, like I've got next year's desk calendar plus the rest of this year. But what I grabbed it for, it's got some wonderful little snippets, you know, little messages. It's got some really fun, a calendar obviously, but it's got places for notes, places for, this is a sleep score, so how well you sleep, healthy living. It's got tabs on the bottom, and every single page is quite a thick cardstock. So I don't know how I'm going to use it, whether I'll use it as a calendar or something. Probably not, if I'm honest. And then it's got this really thick cardboard base on it that would be really good to turn into a journal cover. So more than likely I'm going to be taking it apart and using bits of it in various ways. I've got a bunch of books, but I think I will leave those till last. So this was in a secondhand shop, coloured card, A4 size. It says 20 sheets. It cost me $2. It is faded on this bottom here. I really just like the colour. Like, this colour is really nice, and I don't know if it's full, so it's not super heavy. Oh, that's faded there as well, so I don't know how it faded inside the packet, but doesn't worry me. So 1, 2, 3, 4 blues, 4 yellows, 4 pinks, so what's that, 12, and 4 greens, so that's 16. So there's 4 sheets that have been removed. I'm wondering if they were a different colour, or whether it was one of each sheet that's been removed. But again, it was second hand. It cost me $2. Like, it's 150 GSM. Doesn't worry me if it's complete or not. I was just curious. Picked this up for $2 at a little second-hand store that we'd never been to, and it's run by an 86-year-old gentleman. He was super cute. They're book plates. They're all the same. I think they're beautiful, and they've got this either Japanese or Chinese writing. I'm not sure which. I suspect more Japanese. Where's it produced? They're produced in the States, so yeah, I don't know. Asian characters anyway. I did think these were stickers, but now I'm not so sure. Yeah, maybe not. I did think they were stickers, but yeah, no, they are stickers. They are stickers. They are. So I was right. I didn't know they were stickers when I bought them, but then I got them home, had a look, and it's like, I think they might be stickers. And then I was putting them in Patreon mail, and I was like, oh, actually, I don't know if they are stickers. I've just confirmed they are indeed stickers. So I just think they're really beautiful. That was a long story, wasn't it? Picked up a pack of flashcards for, wasn't 50 cents, it cost me $1. I got it to the counter and the lady says, that's not our price sticker, they're actually $1. And I was like, oh yeah, whatever. Really, they should be removing anything like that. If that's not what they're going to sell it for, they should remove it. But anyway, I've never had my own set of flashcards, so just super fun. A little bit different to a playing card. Good basis, you know, as a journal card or just a fun bit of ephemera. They're not super old. I mean, you can tell they're really, really white and shiny, but fun. I picked up this in a secondhand store. It was absolutely complete. It's a full set of stickers, all sorts, smiley faces and these like reward type stickers, some stars. So I think 3 or 4 pages of each design. I've already removed one page, and that cost me $2. So that was fun. I picked up for $2, again, a lot of things for $2, a secondhand store, these A5 size brown envelopes. Originally was a pack of 25, but there were only 19 in the pack when I counted it up. Again, for $2, doesn't worry me, still a bargain. We found a new secondhand shop. There's 2 secondhand shops side by side that we often go to because it's not too far from my mum's. And we noticed there was a third one. There's now a new one beside those 2. So there's 3 in a row. So at the new one, I saw these. They were $1 a pack and they're all sealed. So this one's now open. I don't know how many sheets there are. There's like a whole lot of sheets of it. It's not super thick, like it's not cardstock. It's kind of a heavier paper with these outpatient tabs, so it obviously came from some sort of hospital or doctor's surgery or something, probably a hospital. I just thought they were fun, and for $1 and a like amazing colour, aren't they gorgeous? So I picked up all 3 packs. I was not going to leave a pack behind. I'm not going to fiddle around putting that back in right now. Okay, so the last of the things that aren't books are these. These were in the shop that the 86-year-old guy was running. They weren't priced, so the guy, my husband, wanted to buy them, and he bought some for me and some for himself. And so he's choosing which ones he wants to keep because they will be kept for posterity, you know, our lifetime, preserved, and the rest I am free to cut up. So far he picked up 9, I think, picked up 9. So far he's given me 3. Hopefully he'll give me some more. But anyway, 3's still quite a lot. They are old kind of newspaper style magazines. They are stapled. So typically newspapers aren't stapled. In fact, I'm looking at this one and going, is this one stapled? Yes, it is. This is 1947. This one is 1958. Can you already see like some of the goodness in here, like the old ads? If I flip this open, look at this. Can you see that? I might not be in frame. Look at this. And the top of the ad. This. Absolutely fantastic. So not old enough to scan. And there's like, you know, cartoons and lots of beautiful old coloured text, and some of the ads are really funny. Like, they're so not politically correct, and things like smoking's good for your health, and my husband even found one that was like recommending DDT as being good for you. Just really quite fascinating. And then this third one is 1950, is that 58 or 53? It's a bit smudged on the number, so let's turn to another page. 1958. So I've got 3 so far, maybe more. Really fun. Look at this shoe ad. True Fit. And they're all New Zealand. They're all New Zealand papers, so super fun. Love those. Some of that is going out in Happy Mail for my patrons, my mail tier patrons. Okay, now we're down to the books. There's only 3, I think. Actually, no, there's 4, but I am not going to grab it right now. In one of the op shops that I go to, there's a free bin outside the door, and there's a huge, this fat dictionary, and it was free. You know, big, full size, and like it's super heavy. It's really, really heavy. We estimate, we haven't weighed it, but we estimate it's about 5 kilos in weight. So it's a big hulking beast of a dictionary. Very modern, like it's not old. I think it's from the 1990s or 1980s. So the paper's white and all that sort of stuff, but it was free. So of course I'm going to grab that big hulking bit of paper. My intention was that I would coffee dye it and use bits and pieces, you know, as background and text and stuff. But I started reading it, and it's really good. It's a really good resource. The way it explains words, the history it gives of words, and it will give the history of the word and then the history of the person that the word came from, like in terms of a word that might be, what's an example? Say the Victorian era. So it will give in a definition of the Victorian era, and then give a definition of Victoria, the reigning monarch that era represented. So I've decided I'm not going to cut it up. I'm actually going to keep it, and it makes a really good weight for flattening out my dyed pages. So it's got a use, but just in entirety. But I can't show you because at the moment it's weighting down some paper. So I picked up this one at a local thrift store, 7 Little Australians. Just thought the illustrations, this was 50 cents. Illustrations are really cute, very usable. Even the full size illustrations I can use for making either as a page in a journal or making an envelope or a paper bag or something out of. I just think they're gorgeous, really sweet illustrations. So there's that one. This one did cost me a little bit, yeah, $2. Stamp collecting, all in colour, and I just thought this was brilliant. Like, this is a first day cover. It's got this beautiful illustration inside the front cover. I mean, how amazing. I might have to do a stamp or postal themed journal, because how amazing would that be? Like, it's quite tall. I'd have to lose some. Maybe I could lose a bit off the top and turn that into a separate bit of ephemera. But how amazing. Or maybe fold it as a page. I don't know. So it covers all different places around the world, but it's got these like giant images of stamps that I just think are wonderful. Just so fun. Unfortunately, it is double-sided, so I would have to choose one side or the other. It's also got postmarks. I'm wondering whether, even though it's a modern book, I wonder whether I could scan those, because then those themselves are not copyrighted. I don't know. I'd have to investigate. It's a bit dodgy. Maybe it might be better to search online and see if I can find Creative Commons images of these types of things. Don't know. I would have to research. But, you know, this wonderful stamp album here, image, some tools for stamp collecting, and then more stamps. I just think it is so cool. More postmarks, which, you know, we don't get on our mail these days, or we don't here in New Zealand. Very seldom are things actually stamped, you know, postmarked. And I think that's such a shame. It's not good for us junk journalists, I can say that, or any memory keeper. So just a whole lot of stamps from different countries. Wonderful. I had to have it. Absolutely, no question. Had to have it. And then this one, which also cost me $3. So probably the most I've paid for any of this type of book that I'm just going to cut up. I've definitely paid more for ones that I want to preserve because they're too special and old. But for this type of book that I'm going to cut up, this is probably would be my limit, I would think, of what I would spend. But look inside it, my friends. It's got gorgeous images. Okay, I admit most of them are on the small side. You know, little images. But I can still use them. It's got this fun alphabet down every single page. You know, it isn't full. It starts at whatever letter we're up to in it. But when I started looking through it, I found extra treasures. Look at that. It's a daffodil. And there is other treasures. There's this one, which is a fuchsia flower. Its colour is not so great, but you know, it's still got a little bit of purple on that side. But it's a treasure, and there are more. Some of them are in this ice cream tissue serviette napkin. Daffodil. I think it's, no, actually that's not a daffodil, that's a rose. Sorry, that's a rose. Maybe a Banksia rose. Here's another one. And that's a rose with leaves. And we've got one that fell off there. So I've just left them in place at the moment because it's just kind of fun. And they're, you know, they're safe where they are. And then this one is a yellow rose with, it's got a little bit of pink on it. But this one's quite thick, quite bulky. And it's got tiny little thorny bits on the sides still. And was there one more? Maybe not. Oh, there's one that's not in tissue. I didn't find this one earlier. It's, what sort of flower is that? Maybe a violet or something? I'm not actually sure what that is. It's pretty though, and it's a deep dark purple, almost black purple. And just also, you know, just these wonderful little images that I will find ways of using. Some are a bit bigger, some are a bit smaller, but just super fun. So that's the last book, I think. There may be others around that I've forgotten, that I've already kind of put in a pile and forgotten that it was one of the new ones. How are we going on time, my friends? We have some time. So shall we do a project? It'll have to be a quick one because hubby's having a nap at the moment, and it's like 8 minutes till lunchtime. So he will be up soon, and my alarm's due to go off. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause the camera for a moment, go turn my alarm off before it can annoy us, and then I'll come back and we'll do a little project with these instruction book pages. Hang on a tick. And I'm back. Okay, so I've almost used up a full one of these books, so it feels like progress, even though I've still got a number of books to go. I've got 2 pages left in this one. This one actually has a complete blank page. I'm not sure whether I'm going to preserve that or cover it. You know, it's still super thin paper, but I am going to just give that a burnish there along that crease line just to make it a bit flatter. I have no idea actually what I'm going to do for this project. I just thought, well, we've got some time. Why don't we have a wee play? So far we have made little flippy journal cards. We have made a double pocket. What do we want to do for this one? Actually, I'm looking at this here, and it's inspiring me with this tab. So I often do this, make tabs with my envelope punch board, but not everybody has an envelope punch board, and you don't need an envelope punch board. I enjoy using mine, I enjoy having it, but you don't need it. You can always make envelopes or tabs other ways. So I'm going to use this sheet here as a template. Now you can find tab templates online, printable ones, so you could print yourself out one and draw around it, make it into a, like, you know, do it on cardstock and cut around it and make it into a template. Or you could go out and grab yourself an old file folder or divider or something and just keep that as a template to draw around. So there's always ways. So I'm going to, now that I've drawn around that, I possibly should have covered it before I do the pattern, but I'm just going with the flow here as I sort of think of what I'm going to do, since I didn't have any pre-planned kind of ideas or concepts, just inspired by what's sitting around me. So I'm going to cut that into a tab, just the front sheet. Like that. Just need, oops, making the thing dirty, which is fine, like I've got a heap of them, don't I? Okay, so we have a little tab like that, and then I'm going to open it up and turn this around so we have kind of even measurement from each end, and they're going to overlap. The tabs are going to overlap, which I think will be super cute. So I can always rub out the pencil that happens to get on the yellow, so not worried about that. There we go. I put my pencil point down in my glass on the side of my desk, so it's a little bit broken on the tip, which is why it made quite a mess on that first tab I did. Because it no longer had a point. Okay. So we have a tab here, and then we open it, and then we've got the back tab, and I just think that is really quite cute and fun. So covering it with paper then. Again, I'm just looking at what I can easily grab, and this is the first thing in my bag of scraps. I'm wondering, it's not enough to do both. That's all right. That's all right. We'll work it out as we go. I'm just going to glue this on. So grab out my glue stick. Now I'm wondering, do I want to wrap it out onto the back? It's not wide enough. No, I'll just cover the front. Or maybe I'll wrap it onto the back a little bit. Just to reinforce that fold. Did I cover the whole thing? No, I didn't cover the whole thing. Come on. Do the job properly, woman. Got carried away thinking about the back. I actually forgot to do the front properly. Oops. Oh, it's got all sorts of lint stuck in there. Right, so we're going this way. I need to see where I'm lining it up with. Oops. Okay. I feel like I've got sticky glue on my desk now, so let's just give that a little wipe down, and now it's going to need to dry, isn't it? Gosh, I need to clean it. It's so filthy. But we'll just ignore that. Come on, dry, dry, dry. Let's work over the side here for a moment. Give it time to dry. Okay, let's trim this. So I hope you're all having a good week so far. You're all well. I am recording ahead. I'm supposed to be out on Tuesday, the day this airs. But I am wondering whether I will in fact end up going out. We shall see. Because I've just got a few little symptoms of hubby's head cold. Our plans for today, this is Saturday, have all crashed and burned because hubby's sick still. So I'm kind of like, I'll prepare if I am going out, but I may end up cancelling that if I'm not well, in which case it's good to still have my video prepared ahead of the game. Right, didn't get glue all the way to the end there, so I'm just going to pop in a bit of tacky glue on that edge. Right, now I am going to wait before I fold it again, but to save myself a little bit of trouble in working out where the fold line is, I'm going to make a little mark which I can rub out that the fold line's there, because I'm going to go ahead and cover this part, and once I've covered this part I'm not going to be able to visualize the fold line. So just being a little bit careful on that regard. So a bit of coffee dyed paper, grid paper. This side is really grungy, but the rest of it is not, and the back of that's not so bad, but I don't need all of it. I'm just going to tear it in half. It's out of a math exercise book. Hope you don't mind that noise. I think it's rather wonderful personally. Right, and I think I'll just do the whole thing. I think that would make sense. So I do believe I'm going to use my 2 glues, and that way I don't need to worry about a backing paper to catch the overrun of the glue stick. So the glue stick all around the middle, up close to the edge, as close as I can comfortably get. Oops, need to wind it up a little bit more. Okay, and then the tacky glue. Now, because it has got the grid on it, I'm going to have to be careful that I get it straight as possible. Otherwise it will be obvious. But hey, you know, junk journal. Got to remember what they are. They are junk journals. So if it's not straight, it's not the end of the world. So also putting a little bit around on top of the glue stick, just for insurance purposes. All it costs is a little bit of glue. It's not going to make you broke, unlike actual insurance. Gosh, I can't believe the size of our insurance bill every month. It's horrendous. Right, smush that down. So still haven't worked out what I'm going to do on this part yet. Give it a good press from both sides helps. Get rid of any bubbles, make sure it sticks down nicely. So you can see a little bit of the text in there, which, you know, if anybody wants to try reading it through it, well, go for gold. It's not distracting, it's perfectly writable on top of, so not a big deal. And in fact, one could call it added background texture. Right, I didn't go right up to this edge because it's a little bit crinkly from the coffee dyeing process, so I thought just brought it in a little bit, and also meant I could line it up on one of the grid lines. Sometimes I have such trouble trying to pick things up. It's Very annoying. So you might want to do your tabs after you've covered it with paper. Might make life a bit easier, and probably streamline the process a bit actually as well. But I didn't, so we're just doing it this way. So all this layers of paper is actually going to make this quite sturdy from its little flimsy origins. Oops. Just had a little bit to trim at the top there, which was slightly awkward. Okay. Are we game enough? I've got a few bubbles there, but it'll be okay. We're game enough to fold it now. I'm wondering about scoring it. Well, we're not going to use my scoreboard because it's going to cause an avalanche if I try and get to it. So let's line this up on my mat like so. Actually, I need that on a line. Sure it's straightish. Now I need it to fold the other way, not this way, but my mark's on this side, which is why I'm doing it this way round. Now fold it back the other way. So you don't even need a scoreboard. A scoreboard is a great tool, absolutely. Like when I do use it, I love it, apart from the middle one where it pushes in, and there's another story entirely. But you can do it with a ruler and a bone folder or a edge of a scissor, as long as you don't cut it, or a pen or something, to do the same thing. But it's harder to measure and harder to get things in the right place without a scoreboard. But it is doable. So I've just got a little funky bit of thing happening where that glue wasn't quite dry enough. But you know what? It's fine. So we've got that done. Now we need to do something on the back here. We've got orange and yellow going on, don't we? Just looking for one of my printables that might match up. Don't really want the Easter eggs. Labels, no. Blue, no. It's browns. This one might work. I've treated it so that it's writable. So that would decorate it, but then also mean the back would be able to be written on. Right, to chop this in half because that's about all we'll need. Take the white off. Oh, hubby's up from his nap. So I'll have to finish up quick as I can. So all the noises in the background, don't worry, it's just hubby. And he's fine. You can come in, darling. I'm just still recording, but I won't be long. He's making funny hand signals at me. Oh, that's not wide enough that way, so we'll have to go this way. Okay. Let's tear it down widthwise to approximate. He'll be hungry because it is lunchtime. Actually, saying that, I'm a little bit peckish myself. We're going to have chicken burgers for lunch. And the burger patties are very spicy. Good thing to keep you warm on a winter day. Right. I think I will glue stick this, even though it means I'm going to get sticky scissors. So I'll get this covered, but we won't have time to decorate it. But I think it's enough to give you an idea of where I'm headed. So I'll probably finish it up and photograph it for the video thumbnail, so you'll see it completed. Because I'm thinking about using some of those small images out of that children's encyclopedia. Can you hear Puss meowing? That's because Daddy's in the kitchen and Daddy can feed me now. Because Puss gets lunch too. He gets very vocal. It's like, don't forget me. I'm starving. I haven't eaten since breakfast. That's what you get from an old boy, 15 years old. The cat, that is. In case you were wondering. Most of you will know that because you're regulars on my channel. But for anyone new, you might go, what are you talking about? Right, and I've just got a little overhang here, so I'm just going to trim that off as well. I'll worry about that later. Right, so either way would work, front or back. Like this is writable as well, but I will choose. I'm actually thinking maybe I'll make this the front instead, because I'm thinking of a little bit of faux washi down here that would immediately pretty it up without a lot of effort. And so I'm thinking in that those warm colours. That might be a bit too bold. Got this floral here. Oh look, that's almost perfect length. Let's go with that one. I'll be stoking the fire, keep us all warm. Right, so this is washi, faux washi I've made from magazine paper and double-sided tape. And I'm going, and this slightly not straight, so this will actually hide that as well. Like so. Right, so that's going to be my front cover, and this is like an openable journal card just with a fun little element of the tabs, which just make it a little bit cute. Stick it either that way, so I'll have to decide whether I decorate it vertically or horizontally, because either way would work. And then maybe a little stamped image or a stamped word or something on the back as well. Of course, one thing I haven't done yet, and I will do, is it will be inked all the way around. So not going to do the whole thing right now, but just give it a little head start so you know that's where I'm going. And I know where I'm going as well, so that I don't forget. Okay, super cute. I think that's going to look really cute with a focal image of some sort, a word or a bit of book page. I don't know. Haven't decided. But we've run out of time because my hubby's up and I need to go help him make some lunch. Thanks for joining me, friends. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll be back again tomorrow with a new video. I hope you join me then. Bye for now.